Where are you? I was at Columbus Circle yesterday. Just chill out.
All right. Okay.
As long as the tent's up.
Okay, all right.
This has nothing to do with
He did announce he was
His announcement has nothing why we closed the park.
It's the same day, and they make it Department of War. And Pete Hegseth said he can. No, I don't have to
overheard you talking about pulling the tent.
drug dealers.
Yeah, but that's not a Secret Service issue. That's what I'm talking about.
But you were talking about pulling the tent down tonight. I heard you.
That was our rights are your issue.
a couple hundred million viewers right now behind you.
This has nothing to do with the tent.
Make sure you hashtag 50501 say Prophet says so.
I would love if you could talk to me about what's happened this afternoon with the peace time.
Okay, so there's people that have actually even played me the audio of the guy that was supposedly informing Donald J. Trump about the Peace Vigil. And he said that there's weapons in there, and he says that there's rats in there, that they eat food in there, and they live in there, that everybody sleeps in there. And all of those are non-facts.
Everybody be advised, Jolly just called in, a bunch of feds are coming.
Okay.
So they'll be here shortly.
So, and also that we know that there's people that always come by and say this is anti-American. There were people that were looking at all my signs in the 15 minutes as more and more media were coming, and they're looking at every single one of my signs and say, where's the ones that are anti-American? It's like, we have one that says, we support all African democracies. We have ones that speak out about the attack on the United States of America by the Israeli Defense Force in June of 1967, the USS Liberty attack. We're speaking out about things that are us being pro the people of the United States of America, knowing the information. We have the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution from the first word to the very last word on the vigil. So just to summarize it, the right to freedom of speech, freedom of expression, the right to the free exercise of faith, the right to the freedom of the press, of a free press, that we have the right to petition our government for a redress of grievances. And if they want us to take down the vigil for where it's at, is it petitioning your government for a redress of grievances if we're on 36th Northwest and Peace Street? Well, you're not in front of the Supreme Court, you're not in front of the Capitol, you're not in front of the White House, you're not in front of the Department of Justice or the State Department or the Department of the Interior. So what they want to do effectively, if they can get this done, is remove the Constitution of the United States of America from being the legal law of the land. And that, at least the First Amendment. This is something that only eight months ago that he vowed to defend the Constitution of the United States of America from all enemies, foreign and domestic. So if he's going to be attacking constitutional right and constitutional policy while we're using that constitutional right to do what the Constitution says we have the right to do, then am I right? Or is the ones that are going to be listening only because they get a paycheck to take down something that is within the parameters of the Constitution?
What do you think of the Peace Vigil being in jeopardy on the same day that Trump changes the Department of Defense to the Department of War?
Well, I mean, it's my war, you're one of them. You think that you're my friend, but you're one of them, one of them, one of them. It's that. I mean, Black Flag said it 42 years ago, and it's coming right back. You know, and you know what was then is now. And many more of the punk and other political bands that weren't punk, and the folkies, and I mean, all the fascists about to lose. You know, I mean, come on, Woody and Pete Seeger and Woody Guthrie.
May I just speak in your support, brother? What you do is so important because constitutional liberties don't have a curfew. Assembly and speech don't have hours of operation. That's why this tent is so important. This is the last bastion of free speech and public space. Your tent, the work you do, that important. The second I heard about this, I'm down there like a lightning bolt because you do not touch this tent. This is the last bastion. This tent goes, watch yourself and your family next. This is it, gal. This is it.
When the First Amendment's gone, now are they going to tell you don't have the right to say things to your children? Because once the right to freedom of speech is gone, then they can impose things of you not being able to say things to your children. And it wouldn't be the first time before. Alexander the Great did it. They called him the Great, but Alexander the Great did it. The Third Reich did it. The browncoats, they turned in their grandparents, their parents, their uncles or aunts, their best friends' parents. And the end of the First Amendment, taking down and burning books and banning books. That's part of the First Amendment too, because you're supposed to be able to get this information. So all of these things that are an attack on a particular amendment, but all the amendments of the Constitution are the legal law of the land. And if they're not going to follow the legal law of the land, then the country's finished. It'll just be still named by name proxy United States of America. But if they're going to break all the laws of the United States of America, it's not the United States of America anymore, except for those that accept the breaking of every single law. And it's deflection again! Release the Epstein files! The deflection is anything they can do to not make you demand for the release of the Epstein files.
Amen.
There it is. Preach, brother.
Good way to end it, huh?
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Let's see, there's 4 of y'all. And
Go back to the tent.
Tonight? The park will be open later tonight. We're back inside tonight.
And the tent is there for them?
Yes, ma'am. The tent hasn't been taken down at all.
Okay.
will it be
When I
taken?
said that to you, that wasn't a lie.
When will it be taken down?
Ma'am, I have no idea. That's not.
It's not being taken down. They removed the person from it.
Comment on. However,
The person sitting
once the
vigil.
park's open, it resumes normal. It resumes normal in the
In
sense where it was
150
an
feet,
hour.
I'm already
the
here. Shut
destination
up.
is on your left. Lafayette Square.
No, sir, we do not.
It's profit, not sir. I work for a living, bro.
It's gonna be the enemy.
So where did we get the information
I'm
that they
part
were
of the
taking
problem.
it
I know
down?
we're just angry.
But
President announced.
Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry. The White House looks very pretty, but what happens inside? Definitely not pretty. In human history. Release the Epstein files. And show us your cankles. Show us your disease cankles.
Those furs now! Let's see them!
Donald Trump, can you hear me? You are a tyrant, a fascist, authoritarian, Peace is a punk-ass bitch. Donald Trump is a punk-ass bitch. Trump is a punk-ass bitch. Trump is a punk-ass bitch. Trump is a punk-ass bitch.
Well, J.D. Vance ate my dog and I don't know why. I'm kind of thinking that he really thought that couch was his wife. All I know is kind of helped me paint my eyes that way. Pete Hext's a Nazi, I've seen his tattoos. And maybe he was drunk, it wasn't something that he knew. At least he didn't contextual our plans of work. Trump is a punk-ass bitch. Trump is a
Punk-ass bitch. Trump is a punk-ass bitch.
Trump is a punk-ass bitch. Trump is a punk-ass bitch. Trump is a punk-ass bitch. So obvious the Ron DeSantis is gay as shit. He's saying don't say gay cause then you'll have to deal with it. Instead he'll correspond with every other GOP. That's right. That's what isn't funny because we all come down. We're gonna have to come together if we hope to survive. We say, don't fucking tread on me. Trump is a
Punk-ass bitch. Trump is a punk-ass bitch. Trump is a punk-ass bitch. Trump is a punk-ass bitch. Trump is a punk-ass bitch. Trump is a punk-ass bitch.
So I'll be. Show us the list, you punk-ass bitch. Show us the list. Show us the list. Show us the list. Show us the list. Show us the list, you punk-ass bitch. Wait. My earplugs, man. Pedophile, motherfucker! Trump is a punk-ass bitch. 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 One more time. Trump is a punk-ass bitch!
All right, so yeah, like you said, it was 18 hours ago, right?
Right, that it was supposed to be immediately taken down. We'll see how long immediately lasts. Maybe it'll be 3 days, maybe 3 months, maybe we don't know.
Have you heard anything from the police? Have they treated you any differently since?
No, one actually read this and the first ones that came by ignored it, and then the second ones, okay, you know, because if they're gonna say that we have weapons in the vigil, and the amount of time that already 2 times today the dogs have come by, and they'll probably come by another 2 or 3 times today, and they never in all these decades have been triggered to detect them to anything that is gunpowder, explosives, anything that's an illegal narcotic or any kind of powder or chemical, then we probably have not done what Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend claims that we have done. Also, the thing about rats, stay here overnight. There's what rats. That we have anti-USA signs. When you look through, there's no USA sign, anti-USA signs. So we're gonna, I mean, he just wants to end the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, and of course the U.S. Constitution is part of the Constitution that he put his hand on the book and vowed to defend the Constitution of the people of the United States of America from all enemies, foreign and domestic, on his inauguration day. So he just wants to be a heretic to his vow.
Did you have something to add to it?
Yeah, well, I'm fired up too, right? My message would be to people who agree with the president's attitudes. These are attacks on free speech, and they affect all Americans. And I think that just because you don't like the speech that we say doesn't mean just because the speech that we exhibit into the universe, or that we speak into the universe, just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean that it shouldn't exist. Because I don't think that things get better when opinions are suppressed and silenced. And that was a bipartisan. That was a bipartisan stance before this administration, or at least the moderates of this country believed that. And so I encourage conservative voters to empathize with our freedom to speak, even if they don't agree with the words we're speaking.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.